Job as always in
Thanks.
this. And I would think as a mom, you must have so related to this role, I think.
Well, yes, I think that moment, not that I thank God don't have that moment where I go, I hate my kids now. I mean, it hasn't gotten that bad, but I think when certainly some of my siblings, you get in that position where you're just tired of being the Wendy and everybody else is Peter Pan and they're all having fun and you get grouchy and yet somebody has to do that stuff. Somebody has to keep people on track. And I just think that it's such a funny idea that you get to the point where it all becomes about if you're going to glue the cabinet, I've just had it, and if you don't do this, you're out.
Exactly.
But at the same time, the loss of your dreams for your family, and it's hard to be a mom, and it's hard to do all those things. And she just doesn't know how. It's like her life has ended.
Yeah.
And her relationship with her kids, what happened? They were so cute. Everybody loved each other, and then something happens along the way, and what is that,
And also, more and more these days, Susan, too, it's like, kids, it's hard to go out, it's hard to get a job, so they're living at home. And
there are plenty of countries where this is not frowned upon, where the family unit stays together all the time. If you go to Italy or Israel, it's not everybody moving all over the country. I think that it makes perfect sense that you have kids that, even with college degrees, find themselves not being able to get work or not being able to afford, rents in urban settings. And I think that, because I have this movie's made me think about it a lot, and I think that maybe we should see it as a plus, that the problem is when you move back into your parents' house and you act like you're four.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If everybody could rediscover each other, if you could see your kids as adult and they could see you as people and not someone that just came into existence when they did, and everyone could pitch in and help, and you could find it could actually be a fabulous time, a little bonus time before the empty nest is so empty.
It totally could work. I agree with you. What was it like for you to be able to work with the Duplass brothers who, rely a lot on improvisation? Was that good, a good challenge for you?
Well, I had an improv company years ago, Joe Papp at the Public Theater. There were a whole bunch of us that used to get together every Monday and use the Viola Spolin theater games. And I mean, as a lazy actor, I love improv.
You lazy? Come on,
well,
please.
I like being surprised. I like seeing where things, but it's dependent upon having a very safe atmosphere to be in so that you can make a fool of yourself. And also, not everybody knows when to stop. Not everybody can stay and deal with what's being dealt with in a scene. So you need to have people who are good at improvising around you, or you just go off into areas that aren't going to be productive. But it's fun. It's fun to be surprised. They really love actors, and they get things out of people that are surprising to them and everybody else. And that's when it's really, really special, when there's a collaboration. I worked with Billy Wilder, and you had to be exactly word for word, and that can work too. It's not, but this idea that it's a collaboration, that people listen to each other instead of going in and plugging you in and then stopping you and asking you to say two sentences over and over like you do a commercial, which has become a new way of working in the last 10 years. I think there's something to be said for the rhythms of a scene that happen when you allow a real collaboration.
Is comedy more challenging or drama?
Comedy, definitely, because a bad comedy just is painful. When you have a drama, even if things aren't completely true, you have music that manipulates you. If you have a whodunit, so much of a director can hide problems with a mediocre mystery, for instance. But when you have a bad comedy, people are pushing too hard, or it's just not funny. Ooh, that's so bad.
Well, I have nothing bad to say about you. You never have anything bad.
Thank you.
Terrific in this, and it's
Thanks
always
a
lovely
lot.
to talk to you.
Thank you
so
too
much.
fast, huh?
I know it
Just
is
way
way
too
too fast. Way too. Come to Toronto. We'll have a lunch.
We'll have
a
my
nice
ping pong
proper. Yes, that's
club
right.
there.
It's doing really well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's doing.